Hello, welcome to Channel 2 News. This week, a few more Democrats joined the race for president, raising the number of Democrats to 24. Bill Weld is still the only Republican going against Trump for next year's election, and Trump is expected to win the primary. Trump has raised the tariffs the second time this month, and now we go to Jake for sports.
Hello, I'm Jake Hacker with the sports. So for this evening, we'll head off to the playoffs. The Warriors have gone to the playoffs after beating the Trailblazers 4-0. That was the Western Conference Championships. In the East, the Bucks and the Raptors have been battling it out, but the Bucks are up 2-1. The winner will face the Warriors in the final. Next up, we have the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Bruins on the East have swept the Hurricanes 4-0. And on the West, the Sharks and the Blues are in Game 6 with the Blues up 3-2. In the NBA draft, Zion Williams is expected to go to the Pelicans, but will Anthony Davis decide to stay with them? The Knicks, instead of getting the first pick as expected, somehow wound up with the third pick. That's all for tonight. Next we'll head to Ben with the weather.
1. Just last week, we were having a cold snap in the second half of May. Not only was it freezing, but it was actually snowing, with many of the mountains getting several inches of accumulation. Here's a clip from our reporter last week.
Thank you, Ben. As you can see, it is still snowing. We've had a crazy year so far, and to top it off, almost into summer, it is still snowing. Everybody, stay inside, folks. And
Since then, the weather has warmed up considerably, and it should continue to do so throughout the next week. Cloudy weather is expected with potential of thunderstorms until Sunday. Rain is possible in Tahoma and Tahoe City on Monday, but sun should be back out with highs of 75 degrees by Wednesday. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, there has been an average of 27.5 tornadoes a day.
Now we're going to cut to some clips from the Warriors practice.
Hey.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, renowned pianist and violinist, has agreed to come back from the dead to play at the NBA Finals. He came out of his grave last week. Evidently, his music is not for the crowd, and we have him here with his reaction to being covered in projectiles.
here with Mozart. Did you enjoy your concert, and how do you think the crowd reacted?
I found the crowd rather hostile and uncivilized. They don't like my music like they used to, and I've never played at a sports game before. I normally play at like churches and places where people come to see my music specifically. So it was a change of pace, and I wasn't expecting it.
Mozart, how did your career start, and how did your environment shape how you wanted to play?
My father was a musician, so it was very natural to continue playing music when I grew up. We played music together when I was young. Also, I've listened to a lot of Bach and George Frederick.
We've seen your works and the pieces you've made, but do you have a favorite instrument, or do you just love music and everything it offers?
I love to feature piano and violins in my music, but all the instruments are important if you want to have a balanced piece of music.
Good to know. What was your first music piece?
The first music piece I ever wrote was a minuet trio for piano written in the G minor, and it was called KV1, and I wrote it when I was 5.
You've written some cult classics, but do you prefer to inspire the next generation or directly teach the youth?
Teaching the youth is important, but by inspiring the next generation, I can influence more people's music.
Good to know. Are you happy with the way music has evolved in the past couple of centuries?
Music can't stay the same forever. I wasn't expecting it to sound like it does today, but it's fine.
John Michael Ozzy Osbourne is playing at the Stanley Cup Finals. He's playing some of his Black Sabbath songs and also some of his more recent songs as a soloist. Ozzy will be after this.
Hi, I'm here with Ozzy Osbourne, and where did you get the inspiration to be a musician?
When I was a young kid, I heard the song, the Beatles song, She Loves Me, and then I knew I wanted to be a rock musician for the rest of my life.
Nice. Ozzy, how did your first band come around, and how did you guys fall out?
I was recruited to Black Sabbath by Tony Iommi, and we played lots of heavy metal music, and we were pioneers of the time, and we had lots of drums and guitars. Yeah, we stayed together for 12 years, but then I made some bad decisions, and they didn't want me in their band anymore, so I became a soloist.
Ozzy, what do you believe sets you apart from other artists?
I think that there are a few Hall of Fame artists from the United Kingdom, and my accent sets me apart from other artists because you can hear it when I sing my songs.
Good enough. Ozzy, you've been inducted to multiple Hall of Fames, the UK and the Rock Hall of Fame. Is there any more personal achievements that you're looking for in your career?
No, not at all. I think I've surpassed my inspiration and my mentors, and I am very happy with my accomplishments.
Good enough. So, you're currently a prominent soloist. Do you prefer to play alone or with a band?
I really love playing with Black Sabbath, and when I was fired, I thought I had no chance in the music industry. And I found out that there was very many soloists and people looking to be background band members for soloists, and I got some help from my wife, and soloing is just as good.
Your music has proven to be popular, and you even have some all-time classics. Do you believe you have shaped your generation or the next generation of musics and artists?
I think with Black Sabbath we helped shape rock music in general, because before that it had been kind of like softer rock, and then when we started using like lots of drums and guitar, then it changed rock forever. Also, I think I helped inspire some of the United Kingdom musicians, because many of the musicians are from the US, and me being in the Hall of Fame shows them that anybody from anywhere can complete anything.
Touching and inspiring.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home.
Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanata, also known as Lady Gaga, was set to play in Western Ohio last week, but her concert was canceled due to a tornado that whipped through the area the day before the concert. The entire concert setup was ruined, and here we have Lady Gaga on her thoughts.
Thank you, Ben. Here is Lady Gaga. What were you going to play at your first concert?
I was planning on playing some of my favorite songs like Bad Romance, Poker Face, and Paparazzi, and some other good ones.
You talk about who inspired you a lot, but they played a lot of different music than what you play now. Do you feel like you have integrated what they played into your music, or are you just completely different than them?
I feel like I definitely have taken some of their music into mine because, that's what I listened to growing up, so that's what I know so well, and it's inspired me.
Lady Gaga, you're known for your theatrics and your crazy suits during performances. Do you think that you pioneered this type of performance, or do you think that you were inspired by others?
I don't think I was a pioneer. I definitely took some from other people, but I think I took it to the next level and made it more known. I think more people know me for my attire.
Lady Gaga, do you believe that you have changed or revolutionized the music industry?
I feel like I have, I listened to Madonna. I took her style into my music, but I changed it and I made it better, and now music has been evolving ever since.
Relating back to your theatrics and suits, your mother inspired you in her sense of fashion. Do you believe that you will inspire the next generation, or not?
I feel like I will, some people take my fashion as a joke, but it's really not, I wear it to show that people can do anything they want, so dream big.
Last question. Lady Gaga, can you sing something for us?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back again on Channel 2 at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
If something is new, we'll report it to you.
And that was the news from Channel 2.